It's Ben Sorensen here, and this is Ben Sorensen's Real Country. Now, if you'd like to grab a podcast of this or any of the other interviews that I've done, check out www.realcountrymix.com. And today's very special guest, someone who's very generous with his time, James Blundell. G'day, buddy. How you doing?
Dangerously well, Benny. Yourself?
On fire today, as always. I caught up with you in Tamworth, and you're really excited about your new album, Portrait of a Man. How's that going for you?
It's going really well, mate. The scary part is it's receiving both strong critical acclaim and good public acceptance. You know, heaven forbid it might actually sell. That'd be quite something.
That'd be a great start. It's such an amazing album for you. Now how does this symbolise the evolutional growth of James Blundell?
Look, I think it's the classic example of searching endlessly to wind up back where you started. I feel very strongly that Ring Around the Moon, the album prior to this, leading into Portrait of a Man, is a very similar platform that Handed Down had leading into this road. It's just a period of time that I've been blessed with a period of clarity. I've got a good relationship with my producer. There's a lot to write about. I mean, the world's a fairly interesting place right now, and it all comes together to create a couple of pieces of work that are really cohesive, and I feel very, very relevant as far as some of the social comments concerned.
Now, this is your 9th studio album. Do you still enjoy the process just as much? Do you still get just as excited?
I do, and this one in particular was quite interesting in that of all the variations on the theme of creating an album, this one just flew together. The music was recorded really quickly, the vocal sessions took place really quickly, and I sort of left the studio going, well, that's my bit done, you know. Where was the blood, sweat and tears? And it didn't happen this time. So I think right from the start it's been a bit of a favourite project because it really had no agony attached to it at all.
You can hear it in the album. It certainly was an exciting and joyous time for you to record that entire album because it resonates with that energy. It's absolutely amazing.
Pleased to hear it, mate, because, you know, I'm a great believer in the recording process is always aimed at getting as close to the real thing and the live performance as you can, and I think Graham has captured that really well this time.
And speaking of live performances, you're touring again, which is great to see.
Yeah, look, it seems to be the tour that never ends. I can't remember not being on the road any time in the last 20 years, with the exception of going overseas. I was still on the road, just not playing, you know.
Yeah.
This one's been on since early November last year, and we toured through until early May, and I'll be sorry to see the end of this tour because during the course of it, the relationship between Pete Dadahy and myself and Beck Lavelle has really developed, and it's a very interactive show. It's a bit unusual. It was set up ages ago to be a very interactive and intimate performance, and it's fulfilled all those criteria. So,
well, I think
we're noticing as the crowds depart each evening, they say, "Look, we felt we really were involved in the production, you know, in the evening," which is great.
And the thing that I think will be most interesting about it is not only the fantastic music, but I know that you've got a bit of a wicked sense of humour, James, and I know that Pete's on fire as far as his sense of humour goes. I haven't met Beck yet, but I will in the coming days.
Don't worry, she holds her own just fine.
I reckon that will be not only great music, but a laugh a minute as well.
Well, that's what we're finding, and, you know, that's the thing that's the joy of the tour as it develops, is that we actually have, you know, we all liked each other at the start, but have actually become really firm friends. So it's more like a panel performing as opposed to here's one artist, here's another artist, here's another artist.
Well, I think it's been put together really, really well, and I love the array of locations, and all of those locations are actually on your website, www.jamesblundell.com.au.
It'll get you there. You know, and I mean, we've spoken a lot over the years, and the thing that I was delighted about when the first date on this next leg is Mulgildy, and I actually had to go to the map and find Mulgildy.
Wow, I bet that hasn't happened in a while.
Not for a long time, and I thought that's the perfect venue. If I've got to look for it, then we're going somewhere where people are going to enjoy it, you know.
And is that something that you're really passionate about when tours are being planned, is to go not only to your old favourite haunts, but to new places, so you can experience not only a new audience, but a new audience can experience your music?
Exactly, mate, and that has become the primary criteria. I think that towards the end of this year, into the start of next, there will be even more of that, going out into much more remote areas and playing in the pub, because it's something that I think is just pretty much vanished from the Australian music landscape, and that's a real pity, I think. But I know that a lot of Australia's strength in its music comes from growing up in that environment. I'm really looking forward to getting back into it.
And I think the other thing is sometimes people in those more remote areas do work really hard do get it a bit tough, and it's nice for them to experience a show such as yours, and I think that's what Australia's all about.
You put your finger firmly on it. Now, at some stage of the game, if I put one of those 4 or 5 day runs together, you better come along with your TV show. That'll be a good way to see some of those places.
Yeah, that'd be great fun, actually. Now, I was talking to Pete about this the other day. You haven't got a tour bus.
No, I'm still touring at the moment in a twin cab rodeo and sometimes the trailer, sometimes not. But then the thing, I leased Adam Brown's tour bus for a couple of weeks at the end of last year, and we had just altogether too much fun in it. So I think the work probably suffered.
I was going to say, because tour buses seem to be flavour of the month with Aussie country.
That's right. Well, I think they're the only artists who can still afford them, you know.
Yeah. But I think the Utes are top idea. Rocking up in a Utes are just the best way to go.
Well, it's the real deal, and it gives the dogs somewhere to live, you know.
Oh, that's important when planning a tour.
Indeed.
Well, look, I'm really, really excited, not only about the album, but also about the amazing tour. It's James Blundell with Peter Dennehy and special guest Beck Lavelle. She's the voice of McLeod's Daughters. If you do want to get along and see the shows, there's some dates on James's website, www.jamesblundell.com.au. Thank you so much for joining me, James.
Pleasure, Benny. I'll see you up there somewhere.
Can't wait.
Take it easy, mate.
Let's play one of the tracks from James Blundell's album, Portrait of a Man. This is Goodwood.
Well, he weren't much tall, just broad and powerful. His hiding hand had never felt a glove. He could swing an axe all day and not raise a blister. He could sew up a cut with a touch of love. He taught me peel that bark back, slice through the sapwood, keep on chipping till the blade bites good. If you want to make what you build last longer, you gotta keep chopping till you hit good wood. Of all the skill the old man mastered, I guess his best was accent edge. He could take a tree and make a monument to the bushman's cry of building fences and yards. I helped him peel that bark back, slice through the sapwood, keep on chipping till the blade bites good. If you want to make what you build last longer, you gotta keep chopping till you hit good wood, yeah. Whose word was solid as a hollow log, and one or two whose grain runs straight and true. We've weathered well, they're the ones I love. You got to peel that bark back, slice through the sapwood, keep on chipping till the blade bites good. If you want to make what you build last longer, you gotta keep chopping till you hit good wood, yeah. Till you hit good wood. Wanna build something that's gonna last a lifetime.